Good evening.
Good evening.
How's it going?
Going good. Been a busy. Oh, good lord. Been a busy few days. When is my life never busy?
Uh,
Stay busy.
it's been a busy weekend for me too.
So we're planning on coming on last night, and apologize. I had some computer issues last night. My computer decided to freeze up and not work right. Tried rebooting it twice, didn't come up. Shut down last night. Got back on today. It booted right up. Moved some stuff around. Did some work. So hopefully, hopefully that'll fix it for a little while.
And your video keeps freezing.
Of course it does.
Yeah. Your audio's fine, but your video's freezing. But that's okay. We can make do with that.
Yeah, I've got my cheaper headset in tonight, so it doesn't hear all the background noise that it's through the house.
Well, whatever works. Okay, let's see here. So tonight we are going to be reviewing Elimination Chamber from last night. Um, Decent show. What wasn't a great show, but it wasn't a bad show either. I didn't think.
I enjoyed this one. This first one really enjoyed pretty much all the way through in a while.
Yeah, I had some issues being able to watch it all the way through, but I got through it. Had some connection issues.
Well, with all the commercials and crap in it now, so it's like that helps you out. Or you didn't miss anything really.
Yeah, I was able to get caught up by skipping over those commercials. That is a big help.
And that helps on the replay, later, which, I'm glad I went ahead and got it set up because I realized that the subscription to the ESPN thing had ran out, which it wasn't actually mine.
Mm.
Um, it was on my stuff, but it wasn't mine. So got on a little early, getting everything set up to watch, and then found out that it's gone. So I wound up subscribing to it on a monthly basis.
And of course, it had to happen on the day of.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I wasn't going to do it, but I did it.
stuff like that happens. I remember when I first subscribed to the original WWE network.
Yeah,
And
$10 a month.
mhm,
Yes.
I don't remember exactly when it started, but my first pay-per-view was the Royal Rumble, and I I subscribed to it, and I turned on my TV so I can be able to watch it. And even though my TV was a smart TV, it wasn't accessing the network.
Oh, that made me mad.
So, needless to say, I was a little pissed off. So I hopped on the computer and watched it from there. Um, at the time, I was only using one screen, so I couldn't exactly kind of like play around with what I've got since I've got three screens right here.
Yeah.
So whenever I watch wrestling now, I got it in the middle screen. I rarely use this screen right here, the third one. This is sort of like an overflow if I need it. But this screen right here is my main one. It's the one I
So
do writing, one I do when I'm looking on the internet for anything. If I'm watching videos, I've got it on this screen.
okay, so you've got three screens linked into one computer.
Yeah, I actually have it set up to where I could have up to five.
So how you got to tell me how that works because I've always thought about getting another monitor. I've
You,
seen people where they take and move the icons from this one to the other one. I'm like, how the hell is that even working?
yeah, it's really nice actually. And if see all of mine are hooked up through HDMI's, so I don't have that wide blue thing that most monitors do. These are all through the HDMI, and I've got multiples of those. I think I'm pretty sure. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But the computer, the software is actually already set up for multiple screens.
Okay.
So you just got to go in there
The settings.
and have it set up how you want it. Because I actually learned about this at my old job, um, and my team leader he used two screens, but he had this one and then one on top of it. That's how he had it set up. But when I set mine up, I decided to go wide screens.
I got you.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup, and it's not hard. You just gotta know where to look.
Yeah. I would think there's probably a way to do it with my laptop. You
Oh,
know,
uh,
hook up my laptop to the whole. I don't know. I'll look into it.
well,
I'm sure there's
know
YouTube,
that
Google.
I do know that some laptops you can hook up another screen to it, but I don't quite know how that works. I just know what works for the PC.
Right.
All right, so Elimination Chamber was at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Um, the reported attendance was 19,343. I know originally they were expecting over 18,000. If they got pretty close to 20,000, so that's pretty good. Um, this is the first pay per view or PLE since SummerSlam 1994.
In
And,
that place,
huh?
in that location.
In that, at the United Center, yes.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It is a long time. They had been to the other places there in Chicago. So my guess, the reason that they went to the United Center this time is because of CM Punk. Um, it it actually makes perfect sense anyway. Um, because I remember SummerSlam '94 so clearly. It was a lot of people don't consider that to be a good pay per view, but to me, it's one of the more memorable ones for the time because like they had Undertaker versus Undertaker, they had Brett and Owen inside the steel cage, one of the rare steel cage matches that didn't involve blood. It was the return of the British Bulldog. They had Tatanka turning heel on Lex Luger and joining up with Ted DiBiase. And then they had the severe mismatch of Mabel versus Jeff Jarrett. Um, oh, hello. They had Mabel versus Jeff Jarrett as a music genre versus music genre, and that match wasn't very good. Um, but I've always looked very fondly to that pay per view.
Brother BKLS Sports Entertainment. Hmm. It was nice to see you. Thanks for popping in.
Sportertainment guy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Um, so a lot going into this event. Of course, the two matches were going to determine the other challenges for the other two world titles. Um, and then there was a mysterious crate. Uh, I know we'll talk about that later. That was generating some buzz, getting some hype, and then it, based on crowd reaction, didn't quite do so well. But
Yeah, but like
yeah, that uh,
let down.
yeah. But we will get into that. Let's let's do things in order. Whereas, like with the Rumble, we kind of went out of order.
Yeah, but for good reason. Of
Yeah,
course,
it is.
I really uh, already knew who what the first match was going to be. We knew the women was going to go first. Just the way it works. Um, but it was a really good match. I thought could have been better in some spots. Um, but for what it was a good
I,
match.
I was just glad Io wasn't in it. Um,
Stop hating on EO.
I I like Io. Don't get me wrong; she's so much fun to watch, but she scares me to death, especially when it comes to the war games. Her and that damn trash can.
Well, they couldn't have put a trash can. Well, they could have, but that's kind of her signature thing now, I guess. The trash
Uh,
can,
she would have had to have dragged it in.
and she could have because it was a no DQ.
She could have. Uh,
Imagine her in the chamber, standing inside one of the chambers with a garbage can. That would have been funny.
she would have to be standing in the trash can.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of room in those
Or
pods.
she could have stood over there with a garbage can over her head until she got out. Who was it last year that wrote? It was Logan Paul, wasn't it? He wrote stuff on the
Yeah,
window.
uh, he wrote Kevin Owens sucks, and he did the devil horns. Um, it was different.
Yeah.
It was different. Um, but this year, the participants were Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. I was actually kind of pulling for Raquel, because she had been doing so good these last few months. Ever since she had gotten that, let's call it constructive criticism from Kevin Nash about, if you're big, you work big.
Right. And she did last night. I saw her finally looking the part of her build where she was throwing Rhea around like a rag doll.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, she's really starting to look good at, her moveset and stuff. She's starting to take advantage of her size. And she should. I mean, you look back in history of Big Show getting beat by you know, little guys. It's like it just doesn't fit, man. You ain't that big, and you're just getting your ass beat by smaller, way smaller guys like Rey Mysterio
Right.
in the real world. Just it doesn't fit.
But to be fair, Rey Mysterio is an exceptional talent.
He is, but I mean, it's kind of like the Andre thing. If Andre didn't want you to do something, you wouldn't do it. It's
Yeah.
just that way.
Yeah, because
Um,
there's that famous story of WrestleMania 3. Vince and Hogan did not know if Andre was going.
Yeah.
Um, so, but still, and even to this day, that match to me is the most important match in all of professional wrestling.
What like really? It's just at a certain time, everything fit right together.
Yeah,
Them two wrestling each other. It was WrestleMania 3. It was a big height of wrestling anyway in that era. It really catapulted not only WWF at the time, but catapulted wrestling in general.
yes,
Um,
that event opened up the floodgates.
right. I mean, everybody was watching that like it was a you know Mike Tyson you know um, heavyweight championship match. I mean, I remember on Sports Machine, it was a little sports program on Sunday nights right after the news that came on and talked about stuff the day, and it was actually on that, and I was like, wow, it's like wrestling's on.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say that
George
box
Michael
came
Sports
on
Machine.
Thursday nights when I was a kid. I think it was Thursday nights. Or it might have been Wednesday because I remember Tuesday was always basketball, but I think boxing was Wednesday or Thursday when I was.
I'm already yawning.
Um, so yeah, I was kind of pulling for Raquel for this match. I know. You said Rhea, and Rhea makes all the sense in the world.
If it were me, if I wanted to win, it would have been Alexa, but I just know that's not storyline realistic. With Io and Rhea just losing the titles, it's like, they're Rhea's going to wind up winning the chamber just because she's the best fit for Jade. I knew, even though I would liked Roxanne to win, not Roxanne, Raquel to win, I knew that wasn't going to be a. It was a better match for Rhea and Jade. They can build that way up. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
and they don't have to do much work to build that up. It's just gonna those two personas are just they're gonna fit perfect.
well, they've got 7 weeks.
So with Raquel, being a heel, with Raquel, you know, she would have had to go turn babyface for that to really work. And right now, she's better right now where she's at.
She's on her way to turning baby face, mainly because of the manipulations with Liv Morgan.
I would like to see her. Like to see her turn.
What I can see is Liv beating Stephanie for the title, and then Raquel turning and challenging Liv at Backlash.
That would be interesting. I hope they don't take it from Raquel just yet. I hope she keeps it till SummerSlam.
You mean Stephanie?
Yeah, I mean Stephanie. Who did I say?
You said Raquel.
No, no. I hope they let her keep it till SummerSlam.
Let's see. Was
Thank you.
damn. I saw that racket. So let's see. Was Stephanie? No, she was not. No, she wasn't even on the main roster yet.
That was my. Oh my God! Load this space.
Let's see. Stand and deliver.
My awesome wife bringing me dinner.
So Stephanie was still in NXT last year, so she wasn't even on the main roster and didn't get into WrestleMania. So yeah, I can understand if Stephanie wins because that'd be a huge moment for her. So Celeste, they stretch it out, and let's go to SummerSlam, and Liv has another opportunity. But to get that opportunity, she would have to win Queen of the Ring because I think they're making that a yearly thing now again. Um, so Liv beats Stephanie at SummerSlam, and then and and Raquel helps her win. Raquel helps Liv win, and then after Liv celebrates, she turns on her so that she can have a title shot.
Hmm.
That would be fun to watch.
That would be it'd be a good little drawn out storyline for that whole set.
I
Um,
hope that they can draw it out because it seems like these days they have a hard time with few exceptions. They have a hard time drawing stories out.
well, with the Solo's faction was M.
MFT,
Did I say it again?
MFT, my family tree.
Got it. With them and Wyatt sick, it's like off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. It's like, and I don't know what's going on. If it's something behind the scenes, if somebody's injured on the Wyatt sick, or why they're hit and miss. They're coming in, then you don't see anything, and they come in.
I think Bo Dallas was hurt, so that's why they were all off, and that's where the whole thing with Sami Zayn and Shinsuke, uh, Motor City Machine Guns. I think that's where they came in, and then Bo Dallas was able to come back.
I am sorry. I apologize, but at the last minute, they decided to go get dinner. So I've got my dinner in front of me.
You what?
Dinner. I got dinner. I got.
Oh,
I'm usually snacking on something anyway while we're doing this.
yeah. All right. So I was surprised that Alexa was the first one eliminated.
I was too. I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing with her. They got to do something with her character. Either I don't know, either change it or move her over to the sick. Turn into Sister Abigail. I wish they'd hurry up and do it because right now she's just
What
in match.
I think that's what people are wanting her to go to Wyatt Six.
It would make good sense. Yeah.
Um, because I think what may end up happening is with how dejected Charlotte felt when she lost her qualifying match. I think through the frustration, she will turn on Alexa and
And go back heel.
go back to heel. Yeah, because honestly, I think she is better as a heel.
That's
She's
what I
more
was thinking.
good. Yeah,
She fits better as a heel.
yes. And but there would have to be a situation where if she's really beaten up on Alexa, She would need to have something so that the Wyatt Six can come to her rescue. But I don't know what that would be because if the Wyatt Six are going to come to her rescue, that means Charlotte would need to have men on her side. And I don't see men coming out to helping her against Alexa.
I think Charlotte turns on her, beats the dog crap out of her, and then she's in the back, and then um, she changes her persona. Of course, Wyatt's coming. I can see Wyatt's coming and talking to her, and then she flips a switch, and it just goes after Charlotte in a match,
Yeah.
and it's a very very dark match. Uh, kind of like the Mountain Dew thing they did that time,
Oh, that one.
right? Um, and she she flips that switch and goes
Hey,
like really really dark with it, and then joins up with the because they don't need the faction versus Charlotte and a bunch of guys. They can just have them in the background talking with her and getting her to change up, and then go after Charlotte herself. Am I froze or you froze? I don't know if it's me or Jeremy. Apparently Jeremy's offline. Well, anyway, maybe he'll be back in a second. He froze. Yeah, I appreciate it. There he is. I'll just fix the message you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My screen just blacked out on me.
Yeah, I was sitting there talking and I didn't hear a response, and I looked over and I was like, oh shit, he's froze up.
Yeah, I was actually trying to get your attention.
Well, all I saw was a frozen screen with you just staring at it.
Oh, so I was okay. Well, on my end, everything just blacked out. My screen blacked out. You were doing your thing, and I
I
thought,
thought it was me.
okay. And then all of a sudden, a second screen came up under my name, and I thought, okay, this is odd. So I left the studio and came back, and now everything seems to be okay. I hope.
Cool. You got a sticks boy?
Yep, that is Chuck. Actually met him back when Myth or Mysteries was on Thursday nights, and
Okay.
then he kind of migrated a little bit to some of the other shows on the network. So good to see you. Um, but yeah, I would definitely love to see Alexa back with the Wyatt Six, because I think she would be the true leader of that group.
And it probably why it's been delayed so much with that is because the six have not been, regular TV all the time. So it's delaying Alexa's whole persona change.
It could be. But the one thing I would worry about is that Uncle Howdy is the leader. If Alexa comes in, I imagine her being the leader, so I don't know how well that would work out.
They can have it as her coming in and then having a later on down the road, them two going back and forth for the leader part of it.
Yeah, but for that group, I don't really want to see that.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
You know,
definitely going to break up, that's for sure.
the
An-
whole
Another parent who I think is going to break up eventually is Julia and Kiana James. Because Kiana is really coming out on her own. Um, she opened up a lot of eyes at the Rumble, especially with her show of strength when she picked up Nia Jax for the Samoan drop. And then she did it again during her qualifying. She just lifted Nia like she was nothing. Um, so she is very strong. Um, but I think she's going to end up breaking out on her own, get away from Julia, and really have a strong singles run.
He brought up the thing, neat tag teams. You know, I wish we had it like we had it in the '80s, because in the '80s you had all kind of tag teams. I miss those days about having the Killer Bees and the Rockers and
Yeah, but that
the
was all men. There was hardly any female team. I remember they had the Glamour Girls with Leilani Kai and Judy Martin. I remember them having the Jumping Bomb Angels, but that's really it that I can recall.
yeah. I'm just talking in general as far as tag teams. You don't have that many as you did back in the '80s.
Right.
You
Uh,
know, and it seems like there's the tag titles all the way across the board. Every show is just kind of a afterthought to me.
it is, and a lot of that has to do with Vince because for whatever reason he suddenly got turned off by tag teams. Like a Survivor Series, the first two Survivor Series, they had five teams versus five teams, 10 on 10. I really enjoyed that. In fact, just the other day, somebody had, yes, Glow. No, no, not
Ivy
Glow. It was, it was Wow. Um,
Women Wrestling. Now, Ivy came from Glow. She was I think it's Ivy from the Attitude Era. She was in Glow. She was a wrestler. Excuse me, a wrestler for Glow.
Ivy
I think
Nile.
no. Oh, old Ivy.
Oh, Ivory.
Yeah, Ivory.
Ivory.
Now I don't think anybody else from that Glow show back in the day came over, but I know she wound up coming over, swapping over. I used to love watching Glow.
Yeah,
There's a,
Ivory.
there's a if you hadn't know it, there's a sitcom or not sitcom. There's a streaming show on Netflix, or it used to be, that was like it's either one or two seasons that kind of showed kind of the history of the Glow show and all. It's pretty decent little show.
I'm trying to think. I think she was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm looking for her right now. I want to say that she got inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Ivory.
Yeah,
She was there around the same time Jacqueline was.
2018.
Jacqueline Sable, um, Tori Wilson, Molly Holly was there too.
Boy, was fun to watch.
Who was?
Huh?
Who was fun to watch?
Tori Wilson.
Oh yeah,
It was this is simply from the male point of view, but when you had Tori Wilson and Sable, not Sable, Stacy Keebler,
sure.
those two, yeah, those two were on a completely different level.
Well, they weren't there for the wrestling ability.
Well, aside from wrestling abilities, but the way that they drew in the male crowd, um, they they were just simply the best looking women any man had ever seen.
Hmm.
Um, and if I'm not mistaken, I think both of them had inducted the other into the Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure. Okay, Tori Wilson inducted by Stacy, and Stacy inducted by Tori Wilson and Mick Foley. So it's not very often where two people induct each other into the Hall of Fame. Um,
Yeah,
and
but
now, for me at least, Maxine Dupree is up on that level, um, like Stacy and Tori. When you look at beautiful women. Now that's not to say all the others are not. They are, but for me, it's like they are that next level. Does that make any sense?
hmm
Yeah. Like Kiana James is, well, she's just talented all the way around. Um, is another one I've got my eye on. She's in
who,
NXT.
who's
Fallon,
that? Yeah, I
she,
think of.
she's a part of Fatal Attraction in NXT. She is with JC Jane, who's the NXT Women's Champion. Fallon is the Women's Speed Champion right now.
Okay.
But yeah, seeing. Oh no, no, that was Raquel who was throwing Rhea around. But Kiana made a real good had a real good showing, I thought, and I thought it was a good choice to have her as one of the two to start the match off. Um,
And maybe they had her stay in there to help boost her a little bit instead of just being the first one to get pinned. You
but
know,
I actually thought Tiffany would be the first one to get pinned.
really.
I did, yeah. But I'm going to be honest. Out of the six, Tiffany is my least favorite. Um, to me, she is still that same character for the most part as what she was last year. And we talked about how for us she was getting stale
Right.
because of the whole Tiffy time, the like the entitlement Barbie thing, and it was really hard to tell if
It's
she
run its
was
course.
baby face because she kept running away from people.
Yeah, it's run its course. It's kind of like, I hate to say it, it's kind of like Cody. Cody, I think it's kind of run its course. His character, he needs to change up. He needs
Yes,
to heal. He needs to go heal.
he yes he badly needs it. I would welcome it. I would love it if he turns it. He's got the look of a heel,
And
but
maybe not full on heel. Just start being, just start cut corners. Some of your matches and stuff.
like what Steve Austin did,
Yeah,
that
Steve Austin was,
that could work.
you know, Austin was a fan favorite, but he's a freaking, he's one of those where babyface or heel doesn't matter. It's like him and Taker. It don't matter. People are gonna like it regardless. I don't
Yeah,
think Cody got that though. I don't think he fits in that bill.
No, but then again, nobody can really. Austin was truly one of a kind, um, but a lot of that was also because of Vince, uh,
Well,
and it was also a representation of the time because before that, like in the music genre, they were going from rock and roll, pop to grunge and heavy metal and emo. Um, so people's attitudes started to change. It's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And that was Austin. And the
I'll
same
tell
thing with DX.
you, I don't know, we're way off subject of what we're actually talking about here,
Yeah, what
uh,
else is new?
but pivotal things in wrestling, like big things. We talked about Andre and Hogan. That was huge, huge at the time.
Andre and Hogan.
Yeah, Andre and Hogan.
I
What I
thought
say?
I thought you said Andre and Cody.
No, Andre and Hogan. When they wrestled, it was huge, huge thing, pivotal thing to change wrestling. And another one would be Hogan's turn to NWO. That's huge.
Yeah, it was.
To me, another one has got controversy behind it, but the Montreal Screwjob. To me, that changed McMahon's character into this, you know, heel character.
That
Um,
Mr. McMahon was born out of that.
right, and he smart enough businessman to know it's like I can make a lot of money by people hating me.
He had to be talked into it, though.
And man, it was. And then when you get Stone Cold in there, I mean, the McMahon and Stone Cold feud that went on for years, man, it was some of the best stuff. Best stuff.
Yeah, you can always go to the exact moment when there is that major shift in professional wrestling.
Hmm.
Um, I know we've had a lot of big moments the last couple of years, but nothing that really changed. We thought that with Cena turning heel, it would there would be another major shift, but that didn't last. But to be fair, if they had done this years ago, then that would have been another major shift.
Well,
But because of how limited their time was with John, because he had 10 months before he was going to retire, that was nowhere near long enough in order for the heel turn
build that.
to have the effect it needed to.
I agree. Um,
Yeah.
last year was just kind of weird with that whole thing. You know?
Well, had Rock stayed in the picture, then I think they would have been able to make it work. And Travis Scott was just a disaster. That was bad all the way around.
Yeah, that shouldn't even been. That shouldn't have been there. Um,
Yeah.
I hope this WrestleMania they don't bring any. Let me say not any. Don't bring in some of these entertainment people that don't know what the heck they're doing in the ring. Jelly Roll's an exception because I mean he's actually you know
Oh, he trained every day for
a
that.
lot of training
Yeah.
as opposed to somebody just coming in the ring and having your 5 second you know popularity thing.
Yeah. Well, the last three celebrities that came in, no, four: Jelly Roll, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul,
Logan Paul is an exception.
Yeah, but Logan Paul came in as a celebrity, but he,
Like him or hate him, he's very good at what he does in the
yes,
movie.
and
Now,
now
I
that
did
he is
notice he's,
he is full time now. He's there every week, and that's what he needs.
and I didn't see him doing a whole lot of crazy, crazy stuff at Elimination Chamber. Um, but we'll get into that. I got a few things to say about that whole men's chamber match.
Yeah, we do. Uh, we got to get back into the women's. We're 47 minutes and we haven't even gotten past the first match yet.
Yeah, just start talking about who was in it.
I know. So, um, Tiffany Stratton got bloodied up a little bit there at the
Yeah,
end.
it was very noticeable. Because when I saw a little bit of blood, I was like, "Well, we got a little bit of blood here." Like, oh, she caught something. She caught a fist or something.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember how it happened.
I didn't catch it. You had to tell me about that because I didn't know about it until after the match was over. Um,
What was it? She caught a move in the face, and I don't remember. Oh, I know what it was. Oh, what it was. It did some kind of move where she got slammed face first
onto the
into the onto the mat, and I saw it when it happened. I was like, "Ooh, she really hit her face," or at least it looked like it. From when I was watching, and just a few seconds later, you start see blood start pouring. I was like, "Oh yeah, she got hit in the nose." Because when she went for the pin, Tiffany's sitting there holding her nose.
Tiffany has not been having the best of luck when it comes to blows to the face. Because at SummerSlam, she had her veneers walk knocked out. Um, she has been getting a little bit of an edge to her attitude, which is a plus. But for me, she doesn't have enough yet. She has already changed her outfit because before it was sort of like a one piece that she was wearing.
Mhm.
And that one piece to me made it look like that she was much thicker than what she actually is. So now with this new gear that she's wearing, she's showing more of how good of shape she's in,
Right.
and I think that's a good thing. Um, but I'm still not a very big fan of hers because she is still very much the same character she was last year, and she had gone stale for me. I want to see a major attitude change.
And I don't know how they'll work that out. Whether she's heel or babyface. You really don't know right now with her.
Well, she
but
keeps running away from Naya. Uh, she
but
she also did the same thing with Charlotte. Those are heelish moves.
yeah,
I
I
want to
think
see her in your face, ready to brawl. So I don't know. Um,
But yeah, Sticks, you're right. The Women's Chambers women match went just like everyone thought it would.
mhm.
With it. And it just makes more sense to me. I don't know if you caught this earlier, but Rhea's just a better fit for Jade. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if Jade keeps the title. Um, I hope she loses it, because I don't think you know, and she may surprise me come WrestleMania. If I can get in there and she handles her own in there, and not botching stuff and missing
That's
moves and
all
like.
with Rhea.
And I'm hoping that she's taking this time of not really wrestling on TV
But
to
training,
hone her skills. Yeah, I hope she's doing a lot of training to make herself better. Um,
I hope so too, because Rhea's basically going to be carrying that entire match.
yeah,
Um,
if she doesn't, yeah,
but admittedly, Jade has gotten better. She's got the character down.
she's got the character. She needs a little. She's gotten a lot better on the mic.
She has.
She's
Yeah,
got better on the mic. Now we just need to see what she can do in the ring.
right. Uh,
She's a type that she's a type that they should have done. If she, I guess because of her skill set that's not quite there yet, um,
right.
they could have done a Goldberg type thing with her. Maybe not so much to like just every week, but she comes in and just decimates whoever's in her way.
They don't have that deep a roster. Not on the main roster. Let's put it that way. If what they could have done is she could wrestle every week, but they could have local talent coming in, like they have done for some. Like I know they did it with Braun Strowman. They did it with. I think they did it with Nia. I'm pretty sure they did that with Nia, having local wrestlers come in and
See,
do the squash match.
yeah,
But
you
for
don't
Jade,
see.
I would like to see them bring up NXT women.
Yeah,
And
and it'd be very easily to do.
yeah, so I could see where they, if they were to do a Goldberg style run like that, I could see that.
If they were going to do it, they should have already done it before. Um,
Yeah, they should have already done it.
it wouldn't make sense to do it now.
Yeah, because now that she's a champion, champions don't do uh, jobber matches.
No,
Um, what about that double pin
that's
by?
the first time I saw that. That was good
Yeah, first time you seen a double pin like that?
in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, okay. Uh
I mean, Andre used to do it all the time.
he did. Yeah,
In handicap matches, he'd pin both the guys.
yeah. Hell, there've been many times where it's Andre versus three guys.
Yeah, yeah. In this day and time, with shows the way they are, jobbers is a lost art on the major stuff. You still have to have them in
Yeah,
the indies and all.
I miss those days, um, because it gave the main stars a chance to really showcase themselves.
Right, and back in the day, watching Mid South, that's what it was for the most part. It was your big stars beating up these nobodies,
Yeah,
until they had like a main event or something big that they had on a card.
right.
Two, three guys fighting each other, big names. But I remember a guy named Mike Boyette. He was in Mid South for a long time, and he was basically the jobber. And uh, he was getting his ass kicked every freaking week. I remember. Um, think of his damn name. And he's like huge announcer. huge commentator. Jr. Remember Jr. You know, on there, it's like that's Mike Boyette. He's 52-0. Could this that be the day that he makes it 53-0 or 0-53?
I remember an interview with the Brooklyn Brawler. Um, he said that he wasn't a jobber; he was a talent enhancement.
Right. He was there to make those guys look good.
Yes, the way that he saw it is he didn't lose 5,000 matches. He enhanced the people he was in the ring with. So hearing him in that interview really changed my thinking about how the smaller guys were utilized back then. Uh, TKO took, yeah, exactly. They really need to bring the house shows back, but TKO is all about the money now. If there's
Well,
something,
we
it,
could have we could have a whole long 2 hour discussion on the whole way TKO is done with the WWE in general now, and we've had private conversations back and forth on ticket prices and everything else. It's just ridiculous.
yes,
You know, they're pushing to where common folk can't go and watch WWE anymore because the damn tickets are so damn high.
they had to take out a second mortgage basically.
Yeah, and I refuse. I'm not going to go to a wrestling show and sit up in the nosebleeds. You know, I'm not going to
Eight hundred
spend.
dollars, no,
There's no way. If I can't sit ringside somewhere close, I'll watch it on TV
right.
because I'll have
Ref-
a better seat.
Front row for WrestleMania used to be $100.
Yeah.
So okay, let's move along. So yeah, Rhea winning is was definitely a good moment there, but really I will really be keeping my eye on Raquel and Kiana because those two have just been knocking it out of the park. I think those two are the next ones to make it to that next level as far as
Raquel,
girls
Raquel's
go.
going to need some help. Some. She's making the right moves with her character and all that. Far as getting more um, beast mode, I guess you'd say.
Yeah,
There's still something else has to happen. I don't know what it is. Maybe the turn going babyface against Liv. That might be you know the thing. Maybe they could do something. Well, no, we'll say they could do the Goldberg thing with it, but I don't think it would work.
now she definitely's got to turn babyface because they're already teasing it. They've been teasing it since the Rumble. Well, really, ever since Liv came back.
Well, they've been teasing the damn Finn Balor leaving the Judgment Day, and it's finally, I think, getting in that area,
It,
especially after the handshake stuff after their match last night.
yep.
I see Judgment Day kind of questioning him about that, you probably tomorrow night on the show and wondering, what the heck he's thinking. And I think it's going to cause some tension.
They might. Well, since we're on, let's skip ahead to that match. CM Punk and Finn Balor. Uh, Punk was wearing uh, Blackhawk colors.
Mm-hmm.
Punk was wearing Blackhawk colors, but
Red, red,
again, he's always he's always got the same colors scheme on his tights for something significant. Where they're at or the date. There's always some significance behind the color of his outfit.
well, Chicago Bulls are red and black too, if I'm not mistaken.
They are, but the way that his designs were, it was more for the Blackhawks. Um, it was a good match. It wasn't as good as the match that they had. Um,
It started off slow to me.
yeah. Um,
Started off slow, but I mean, it got a lot better the longer they went into it.
they were doing a slow burn, and I like slow burn as long as you don't take it too long. Um, Fan got Fan got punked in the face good a couple times.
Yeah, yeah.
This was during the time when I was playing catch up. You messaged me saying that Punk was bloody. Right when you did that, Finn kicked him in the face.
And I was waiting. I saw that. And I was waiting for because there was a period of time when Punk was kicking him in the head, and I kept waiting. I was like, he's going to give him a receipt somewhere, but I don't think he ever did. He every time he kicked him, he was kicking him right in the side of
Yeah.
the face. Never hit him right straight. And I was like, there's your receipt right there. Give it to him. But
Did you watch the post show?
I did not.
Okay. Punk came out and did an interview with Joe, Big E, and Pete. He had shoe prints marked all over his face. Because even Pete said that. He said, I see that Finn got you in the face good. And Punk was like, which time?
Yeah,
He got him good. It was like right here. He had a spot over here. And the way that those bruises were, you knew that they were not from the same kick.
right.
So Finn got him good a couple, but the one that really got him was the one that you pointed out when Finn was on his back and Punk had one foot. So
Oh
Finn
yeah, he caught him.
meant to kick him off, like hit him in the chest, but he got him in the face.
Yeah,
And Punk staggered back, leaned against the ropes for a few seconds. And that was when he got bloodied. But
yeah. I
yeah,
wish
he
we
had
had.
he had shoe prints on his face when
Wish
he
we
post uh, post conference.
wish we could have read his lips at the end of the match where they were talking amongst each other. But
Um, yeah, I thought the handshake was a good touch, but it also tied back in from that first match that they had, and I am so glad that Finn got his original music back.
I see Finn leaving the Judgment Day and maybe going. I'd like to see the Demon come back
He has not brought that in a
in a couple
long.
of years. I'd like to see that at WrestleMania. Maybe him and JD at WrestleMania.
Oh no, Demon is a singles thing. It
No, that's what I'm saying.
oh
Him
you
and versus JD.
him against JD?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be him against Dominic. Like those two.
It would probably be a better fit because then you'd have the Judgment Day interfering, trying to help Dom, which it will help. Like, if Finn leaves, and ain't much Judgment Day left, you know, unless they try to recruit somebody.
Yeah, because JD will probably end up going to Finn.
Well, that's what. Well, I say Finn leaves. That leaves Dom and and JD, and then
That's why I'm
um,
thinking JD and Finn are best friends. So if Finn leaves, JD will probably go with him.
no, they could fix it to where they could write the storyline where he does it,
Yeah,
um,
but
where
but
JD has to make a decision at WrestleMania between the two.
yeah, you could.
They could do that.
So 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 J. Let's go there. So JD betrays Finn at WrestleMania. Now we have several months of Finn versus JD for a while, and that gives JD a chance to really show his stuff off, even though he does anyway.
Right. That could be a storyline that could work,
Yeah,
but you have to go, set the bar right really quick for and maybe not even do the demon at WrestleMania, but just have Dom versus Finn, and then the JD double cross Finn brings in the demon back.
but if he was going to bring the demon back, WrestleMania would be the place to do it. He needs to do it on a larger event, not a smaller one like Backlash. It needs to be a WrestleMania thing.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah. So, but it was no surprise that Punk won because I just don't see them running with a Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor match.
No,
Not at
no,
WrestleMania.
it just wouldn't. It wouldn't fit. You ain't got enough time to build Finn up,
Yeah.
to that caliber.
And if they're having a hard time now selling matches, they would have an even harder time selling tickets
Yeah,
for
for that.
Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. Punk and Reigns are the top names right now.
If they're having problems selling tickets, it's their own damn fault for having them so damn overpriced.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't. I'll watch from my house.
So after Punk wins, he celebrates, and in comes AJ Lee. Minutes before, AJ Lee took on Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. Um, it was AJ's first singles match in a very long time. I thought she still did decent, not quite where she was, but the ending of that match was not good. Uh, Not good in a sense of how the Black Widow was executed.
Hmm.
So that just looked bad altogether.
Who was busted on that one?
Huh?
Was it AJ that got busted open?
Yes. She had a busted lip. Actually, Chuck,
Broomstick.
WrestleMania basically sells itself out.
I think it's a combination of both booking and the the
Ticket
ticket sale,
prices.
the ticket prices.
I think it's mostly the ticket prices because
It's like the Super Bowl. You don't give a shit who's in the thing. It's the Super Bowl.
yeah, if you want to go to WrestleMania, you want to go there because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to have been to one a very long time ago, but I still went to one. This was before WrestleMania exploded into what it is now.
Was it
Uh,
four? Which one was it? Which one was it? Four,
Eight.
five,
I went
eight.
to eight.
You probably won the lot. Well, you probably won a lot at four. Wait.
The, I think those are when the tickets were $100, maybe 200. I don't know. I just know that the tickets that we had were $25, and we were way up in the nosebleeds.
Was it, the idea of WrestleMania still sells, but product price don't add up. They got so much. It's turned into a big. Any way we can make a dollar now. You got that big fan expo that's for the whole week. It's just like it's just monetized a great deal now compared to what it was back in the day.
Yeah, they want your money. They don't care about anything else, and they all but said as much. So AJ and Becky, I thought the match was decent.
It was a decent match. It went kind of the way I thought it would, being where they're at. Um, I figured she'd win, but it's far from over.
Oh yeah,
They'll have another match in WrestleMania, and eventually, Carr is going to get involved with the storyline with Becky somehow or another.
did did you see what? Did you hear what happened today?
I saw a video, a short video of her getting unmasked. Did you see that? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the video I'm talking about was Adam Pierce.
Uh-uh.
So Becky now has this thing called the Becky Lynch headquarters.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, the president of the Becky Lynch headquarters sent a demand letter to Adam Pierce that the ending of the match was a travesty and that this is all done to destroy Becky, destroy the lineage of the Intercontinental title, and she demand a review and immediate suspension of Jessica Carr. So, Adam, reviewed the footage multiple times and said no. So we are going to see Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr. It-
At some point in time.
There is no way they are going to, because this had been going on since,
It's going on several months now.
yeah, uh,
First thing I noticed when Becky was in the ring, I looked over in the corner like, ah, it's Jessica Carr again.
mhm. um, I like that she kicked Jessica and knocked her out. And it was right after she kicked her that I lost my connection. No, it's just starting to get good.
Oh, let's talk about that a little bit. When Jessica gets knocked down, and then gets, uh, I guess, kicked, whatever. And she's when she's already down. I was like, my God, how long can you go? How long can you fake this? I'm knocked out. I'm the knocked out referee. I mean, good
You
God, it's like
asked me about
freaking
that.
minutes. It's like 5 freaking minutes. I mean, come on.
Me about that. And during that time, AJ puts the Black Widow on her correctly, and Becky taps. Uh, and then for the end of the match, she didn't even have a hold of her
Her
arm.
leg. Her
Becky's
leg.
arm was around her stomach.
And she tapped out really quick. with it too.
She did, but
And maybe it was because she tapped out quick on it. Maybe it's because she knew she didn't have it set just right, and she's like, "Let's hurry up and get this off the screen."
I don't know. Um, but the ending did feel rushed. So I don't know. But the end result is AJ Lee is the new Intercontinental Champion. Once again, we have a husband wife champion.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So once again, we have a husband and wife as champions. Um, we knew that AJ would be winning the title. No doubt it'll be AJ versus Becky at WrestleMania because Becky's going to want that title back.
I want some kind of stipulation match. Not just them two, another match for them two. No DQ. Maybe I could do a no DQ, and that's when And Jessica's not the referee; it's somebody else, and Jessica comes out and
Well,
screws.
actually, if Becky wins the title back, I think I would want Jessica to be the referee because then that would give Becky a chance to gloat that she made Jessica make the right call. You know how like who was it? I think it was Dominic. Dominic made Ray congratulate him and put a title back around his waist.
Yeah,
I would like to see Becky do that with Jessica, and then Becky just continues to get in her face over and over and over and over and does not let go until Jessica,
knock shit out of her.
yes, and that sets up the match between those two. I think that could work. Um, but yeah, AJ's the new champion, and then she came out and celebrated with CM Punk, and then we're ready for the main event. But before going into the main event, let's talk about that mysterious crate.
Let's talk about it for just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All the big hype and all that, this mysterious crate being on Raw and then SmackDown and Raw and SmackDown and then over in Germany is just like something's big. It's gonna be something big. I figured it's gonna be a wrestler coming in, somebody big, you know, monumental, and they open it up and it's I don't even know his name, and I don't think anybody else, nobody else did either in the arena because they were like, "Hmm, who is this?"
Mhm.
Um, they brought him in. They brought him in the wrong way. Uh, I think they should have done it on a regular show and not a PLE. If we build him and hype him up.
When you text me, you said it was lackluster,
Yeah,
it was worthless.
yeah.
I watched I watched the video. Um,
Is he Japanese?
huh?
Is he Oriental?
No,
He's not.
he's American.
Yeah.
Um, one of those women dancers, that was his wife. So his wife was one of those dancers that went with him to the ring.
I thought when my first instinct was like, it's freaking Eddie Munster. And I was like, what the hell is this crap? It was just like when I saw the casket, I was like, it got nothing to do with Taker. 'Cause Taker's done. I was like, and then these women start coming out dressed in black, white face, vampire looking thing. It's like, what the hell is this shit? It's like it's Gene Simmons, Eddie Munster bullshit. I'm like, then he comes out and does his thing. I was like, oh good god, this is horrible.
What'd you think about that jar of teeth?
The whole thing just had me off. I was like, who in the hell is it? And nobody in the arena even knows who in the hell it is.
Now they cheered initially, but by the time the whole thing was done, they were all booing.
Yeah,
Not the
they were.
reaction that I know that they were hoping for.
Well, they were booing because of all the hype over this damn crate,
Yeah,
and then this is what you produce out of it. It's like, well, this is bullshit.
but the hype was only for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you're expecting something huge,
I know.
and it was like,
Well, my initial thought was Chris Jericho because Chris is the one who actually came up with the Elimination Chamber match. That's how I understand it. He's the one who actually came up with that match. And to me, it made perfect sense for the Elimination Chamber to be where he actually returns.
right,
Um, but he's apparently still under contract with WWE or with
he does. He
AEW.
does. Yep. I kind of refuse to watch AEW and have anything to do with their
Yeah,
uh,
but
personal reasons.
WWE wanted to sign Danhausen back in July, but Tony Khan extended his contract due to injury, so he added time, but he did not use him at all. So we could have had Danhausen in the Rumble this year.
Hmm.
Um, I'm actually happy to see that he's WWE. That means he truly made it. And for him to make his debut in the manner that he did tells me that they have plans for him.
Yeah, it'll take a good. It's going to take a lot of build up for him on the show.
I see him having a similar run that Hurricane had.
I like the hurricane. There's a hurricane coming.
Yeah, but he didn't do worth the shit in the Rumble.
Now, I liked Hurricane. I liked his character. I didn't like Molly Holly's when she did the whole thing. Um,
I
I
see
kind of like. I kind of
along
like.
the same lines of that.
Do what?
I see Danhausen along the same lines as that. He's going to be a comedic wrestler, has some nice moments, but I think that he will have some wins over some big names simply because they underestimated him.
He's like a Mr. Iguana. He's
Yeah,
there for entertainment only.
he's going to be that guy that you don't see coming, even though he's right there in your face. But I'm actually excited for him. One, he made it, He made it to the biggest stage of them all. Um, some people are actually calling for Danhausen versus Kit Wilson at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, but
Well,
it
I'll
would.
say this: in less than 2 years, he'll be gone.
Danhausen?
Yep, in less than 2 years, he'll be gone from WWE.
I don't
They'll
know.
cut, they'll cut him.
Well, they do 3-year contracts.
Okay, I'll give him 3 years.
Yeah,
They'll cut him after this first contract. Then
but let's give him a chance. I think he'll surprise a lot of people.
I have to look him up on YouTube and watch some of his matches to get a good. I'll do my research on him and say that and see if he can win me over with what he does in the ring.
But I'm excited for him. I've seen pictures. I have not actually seen him wrestle, so I don't know how good he is in the ring, if he is at all. But if he wasn't good in the ring, they
He wouldn't
probably
be there.
wouldn't have signed him.
Yeah, he wouldn't be there. He'd be in NXT at most.
That was a discussion that Chris and I were having. Um, I think he's got his character down packed that he doesn't need to be in NXT because he's already fully established.
It's bad when you get old if you gotta have glasses to see up front close.
And his after having the kind of gimmick that he's had for the last several years, I just don't see how he'd be able to do any other gimmick. But
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at him now. Actually, a picture of him and Sting together.
okay.
Um,
All right, so we are an hour and a half in. Let's get to the main event. So the men's elimination chamber was Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Logan Paul, LA Knight, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans. Now, originally, Jay Uso was in there, and he got injured the night before. So now Logan Paul has taken his place. But the original plan, supposedly, was that Bronson Reed was supposed to be in. He was supposed to have won that match, but he tore his tricep in that match. Um, and I know a lot of people weren't happy about Jay being in there. Um, it a lot of people had just turned on Jay practically on the internet. In the crowd, they're all yeeting every time.
yeah.
I like Heat, but I don't like the run it backs.
Well,
To
you know,
run it
when I
back is run its course.
when I started first started watching it, I had to watch it on a streaming service that somebody was sharing. Um, but anyway, that's how I get to watch SmackDown now because I don't have USA. So I'm watching it, and the Jay Uso thing had already happened. So they're talking about it, him being in the hospital, blah blah blah. And I started doing the math. I'm like, okay, they had to do an audible after Bronson got hurt during the match. Jay had to wind up, pinning and winning that match, and now they don't want Jay in there, so they're faking an injury with him to put somebody else in the lineup there. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, if they're doing that, then
Well,
whoever they put in there is not going to be the winner.
they wanted somebody from the Vision. Originally, supposedly, Braun Breaker was supposed to be in the chamber
Right.
before he got hurt.
And probably been the winner.
Yeah. Um, and that's another reason why they need to start doing house shows because these repetitions can help prevent some of these injuries. Now, I don't know if they had done house shows, they would have been able to say Bronson Reed simply
Could've-
because he overextended his arm.
Yeah, it was just a fluke accident.
Yeah.
If it's a real, I think it's probably real, or else they wouldn't have done what they did with the whole Logan Paul and
But
so yeah,
uh, okay, I definitely want to cover this part. LA Knight. He gets on the second rope and he does his LA Knight thing. What he usually does is he jumps on the top rope, jumps off, elbow splash.
right.
He slipped.
Hmm.
He recovered immediately.
He did, but they're still calling it a big botch, which I'm sure he freaking hates it. That it happened, but I mean, shit happens.
Right.
I hope, and
He didn't botch. He slipped.
yeah, um,
But the internet fans, just the tiniest thing.
yeah, he's done it a couple times, but I don't. I mean, it is a big. It was a big thing because everything was like set on it. It's a big move. I get it, but shit happens. You move on.
Right.
Um, it's not like somebody got hurt, over the botch. It's a totally different thing.
He was just lucky that he caught himself and he landed on his feet.
Yeah,
Uh, but the important thing is he recovered immediately.
yeah. I'm hoping that they don't use this as a way to like, we just can't trust you with, future bookings and all.
Right.
You're not a big guy because of this. You're just
But if you notice, after he elbows Randy and gets back up, Randy starts rolling over. Randy is laughing his ass off.
I'm about to watch it back and see that because you said something about it in the
Yeah,
chat.
it's it's after LA gives him the elbow and Randy starts rolling over. You see it and you see it. He's laughing. Um, he can't he can't help himself. Uh there were some high risk moves, but nothing exceedingly crazy.
Yeah, I expected to see more out of Javon Evans,
Yeah,
than I did on the high fly stuff. He kept most of his athletic bouncing, jumping, and all this right in the ring area, which is probably a good thing for his career. Now, I will say this: when Logan Paul hit that jackhammer thing with him, I think Javon overextended himself
oh,
and he landed on his freaking head.
he did.
And it's a wonder he didn't break his damn neck. Um, and I would say you said they gave the fist up or whatever, making sure saying that he's
Yeah,
okay.
he did. Yeah,
But
and he walked out on his own power too.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have him go through and do a concussion protocol on him after that.
Yeah, they probably will, but I think for that kind of move, they would be more concerned about his neck.
Yeah, it looked gnarly when he hit us. Like, good God, that looked horrible.
It was, yeah.
And I think it's all on him. I think it's due to him really jumping, helping out with the move, and overextending himself. Because he's got the bouncy crap. He's all over the place.
Well, here's the thing. He does this whole bouncy thing, but he doesn't do the flips like what you see elsewhere. He doesn't do what is very clearly choreographed.
Yep. I want to go back just a little bit to his ring entrance. It took him forever to get to the damn ring. Now I understand, in wrestling, we've got some that take forever to get there, but like Taker, it's just, but that's just the whole, gimmick persona. He's just
Yeah,
walking
that's
the ring.
Tate.
That's all theatrical. But him just walking down the ring and jumping in the crowd, jumping in the crowd, jumping in the crowd. Then he's going to and climbing on each one of the pods, and I think Gorilla probably called the refs like, "Hey, get his ass in the damn ring so we can start the match."
Yeah,
Because I saw like he was fixing to go to the third one, and the ref was like, "Hurry up and get in the ring." And it was like, I said, "Gorilla done called that down." I said, "Get your ass in the damn ring so we can get started." But it was like forever for him to, his ring music come on. It's like, gosh damn, you taking 5 minutes to get in the ring, man.
I thought he was going to when he jumped in, pretty much jumped into the crowd that one time. I thought they were going to like carry him all over the place.
And I get it. He's excited, his first big PLE, and he's in a major, major, major PLE too. It's not, you know, but
It
yeah,
was a major match,
yeah. I'm sure he got a good little talking to in the back
probably.
after that match.
But he was the youngest ever to enter the chamber. And Michael had mentioned that Javon wasn't even born the first time they had that match.
Right.
So,
I think he's got a big future if he can keep himself from keep from injuring himself.
yeah.
Um,
Yep.
yeah,
Well, same with the women. I actually watched it. It was 7:19 when the bell rang for the women.
well, if you go back, let me pull this up. All right, the women's elimination was 24 even. AJ Becky was 1540, CM Punk 2025, and then the men's was 25-20. So you got 20, 40, 69, 60, 70, 70
69, 79, 84,
84, 20,
5
45.
minutes of wrestling.
Yeah, 84, 45 on a 3 hour show. Less than an hour and a half.
Uh,
It was 3 hours, wasn't it?
yeah, about 3 hours,
So you got 3 hour show and you got not even an hour and a half of wrestling.
which is actually better than what it usually is. It's actually put better. Um, I like that they're giving these matches so much time, but I also like the little matches, the small ones,
Hmm.
the ones that last 3 minutes or 4 minutes or five.
Well, you get your old, 80s and 90s, or late 80s,
Yeah.
views that had 15, 20 matches on the card.
Hmm.
I didn't realize until I started watching some of those old shows how many matches were in the shows. When we started doing reviews on some of them, I was like, good God. It's like now it's like 6 matches at most.
And that's
And
WrestleMania or
yeah,
SummerSlam.
yeah, they're doing 10, 12 matches.
Now we have, well, this one here is four matches.
Yeah,
Almost four matches, but most of the others, if they're not Survivor Series or SummerSlam or WrestleMania, they're four matches, five matches. Um, Seth Rollins made his return.
yeah. That and the way that whole ending went, the way that whole ending went, it was kind of uh, expected, I guess, because I was sitting there looking at and watching the match. And I was like, when because I didn't know for sure that the door was still open when Trick got pinned. He was really, really selling the injury thing. It was like he didn't get hurt by anything. He's faking. He's faking the injury. He said to delay him getting out so that somebody can come in. It's like it's going to be the mask guy. Sure enough, he comes in there.
Right.
They get him out, unmask him, and they're hollering and like, "Who in the hell are you?" And then you see him going, taking him back to the back, and everybody is going with him. And I was like, "There's going to be another one." I
And there
said,
was.
"Everybody is gone now. The door's still open. There's going to be another one." And sure enough, he come in and went after Logan, and then takes his mask off, and it's Seth Rollins, and you could hear Paul over there screaming, "No, no, no!" He was just screaming lungs, and I was like,
You see the side by side.
"Yeah." And the whole, that's things. It's part of the business part of it, and I've heard Russell Takers talked about the really selling of the storyline and things like that with Paul. The whole surprise look. The whole scream at top as long that sells that story so good.
Oh, he is better than any actor in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, and that's part part of the part of that I like. I saw in the women's match, um, or was it SmackDown? It may have been SmackDown. I was watching. It's two female wrestlers. She's got purple hair. Who is that?
The guy that what?
Who's the chick that's got purple hair on SmackDown? She's one of the newer ones. She came up from NXT. Anyway, but they were doing a move set, and she was on the top turnbuckle and sitting down, and she got hit, and her eyes, you could see her eyes just really selling in her head, really selling that shot that she took. And I was like, see, that's because you can see it on the camera. It's like that's really selling that art form, that move, other than just taking
Well,
it.
Rhea is good at that with how she does her eyes, but I think a lot of that has to do with the really dark black eyeliners that she wears.
Yeah. Um,
So her facial expressions for the selling, and also the way that she arches her back a lot.
right. She did that last night.
Yes, she did.
Um, just that whole, you know, but I remember Paul selling, the Roman Reigns thing. Shit, the Roman Reigns selling the Seth Rollins, popping out, and then he leaves. Of course, Logan's out of it. And I was like, all right, we got Cody and Randy left, and you said something about the door is still open. I
Yep.
was like, here comes Drew. Then,
Uh huh.
sure enough, Drew comes in, hits Cody with the belt in the back of the head, but you could see on the replay he didn't actually make contact with him. But they sold it really good, in real time. But
Well, what I really like, and this is true Randy fashion, was Drew is beating up on Cody. So Randy comes and gets Drew, gives him the RKO. Cody grabs him to give him the cutter, the no, the crossroads,
Yep.
and Randy is egging him on. Get him, get him, get him. As soon as Cody does it, Randy grabs him, and it's all over.
Yes. I like the way that whole move set worked out.
Yeah.
It went smooth, you know. Went smooth, and then you could see Randy towards the end of it. Once he beat Cody, he was kind of look thinking about, and there again, selling that whole thing. The little things.
Oh, like he was going to console
And,
him or something?
right, and then he backed off, and he backed off and didn't, and it's like that's those little things like that really mean a lot to the storyline.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm glad he didn't console him and just kind of, whatever. But God, I hope Randy wins. I hope it's bad. Yeah, I hope Randy wins. I don't know what's going to happen with what they got in their minds right now. Those I did see a little piece of something to where they were backstage and Anna Pierce and Drew
Regardless.
Nick Aldis, they were going back and forth.
So
Uh,
what ended up happening there was during the pre-show, Nick comes out and starts saying, Drew, I gave you chance at the chance at the chance. I gave you the night off. I gave you a chance to I needed you to stay out of this, but you keep sticking your nose in and doing this and that. So now, because you are so worried about facing Cody at WrestleMania, so now this is what we're going to do. So next week on SmackDown, it's going to be Drew versus Cody for the WWE title.
really,
So we may end up seeing Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania for the title, and not Drew versus Randy.
I think it will be. I think they might do a triple threat.
Uh, I'm hearing Fatal Four Way minimum. Be those three plus Jacob. That too.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah. And there was also a rumor about Sami Zayn being added into the mix as well. So what if we end up having 6 men in this thing and they do it as a ladder match?
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
You throw in Seth in there too,
And
if he cleared.
Knight being in it.
Who? You
What?
said, you said L.A. Knight?
That yeah, I'm thinking because they've already got that was 5 men I had mentioned, so I'm mentioning LA Knight as the next one. So if you have Drew, Cody, Randy, Jacob, Sammy, and LA, that's one of those matches where it'd be impossible to try to predict the winner.
You're right. You wouldn't know who's going to wind up
Right.
winning at the end of the night.
Um, but yeah, that's what I'm reading that they're looking at doing it as a multi-man match.
But could Randy handle a ladder match with his back? I mean, he could definitely be in it and be very careful with the shots that he takes. He
He
wouldn't.
could.
He would be the one doing.
That's my thinking that they'll turn it into a ladder match. They might just do the fatal four way. He's done that. Um, but this could be that unique opportunity where they have that 6 man ladder match for that title. They've done it with plenty of other championship, but I don't think they've ever done that with the world title. But I would hate to see Randy in a position
Yeah,
where it's
I
not
want
him and whoever.
right. I just won the elimination chamber, and now you're basically screwing me out of my one-on-one shot.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Um, but I
Yeah.
am happy Randy won.
I would like to see Randy have another title run.
Yeah. They they'll probably end up doing that so that they can break the tie that he has with Triple H, because it's Randy and Triple H at 14, Ric Flair at 16, though it really should be more,
Right.
and then John at 17. So
Right.
that'd be the way to do the 17, 16, 15, 14. I don't know if there's anybody at 13, but I don't really want to look.
Yeah.
Um, I know Hulk Hogan is at 12, but yeah, I would like to see Randy take number 15.
I would have to.
I know I'm getting tired. I'm really tired too.
I got to work in the morning. I got a bad, busy day tomorrow.
So overall, I am going to give this event a B plus.
Uh, I'm gonna probably say a B plus also. I really want to. I'm kind of leaning towards A, but if there was something between B plus and A, I'd give it that. But there's not. Unless we make up one. Well, you got A minus, don't you?
Well, one of the reasons I'm going with B plus is Punk and Finn. While it was a good match, it wasn't as good a match as what they had on Raw. The whole Danhausen debut, the finish to AJ and Becky, the two chamber matches were really the two great matches of the night, and as well as they should be with the importance that they are.
Yeah.
So when I combine all of that together, I give it a B plus.
Now I'll say this: the women. Was it who was it? Was it Raquel? Was it Raquel that took somebody through the damn one of the chamber windows? I think it was. I think it was Raquel.
Who threw somebody through
She
the?
had her on her. I want to say she had her on her shoulder and kind of slammed her through one of the windows. I can't.
I remember when Tiffany was tossed into
This
one of
was
the plastic, but she didn't go through it.
she 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 had somebody on her shoulder because I showed her on a replay. Um, and she went running through the pod and slammed her through the. I mean, just slammed her through the other side.
Oh, I'm not recalling that at the moment.
But it had some. All in all, the two chamber matches had some good. Whew, excuse me. Has some good
I'm,
spots in it.
I'm
Has some good spots
fighting
in it.
right now.
Yeah. Um,
So right now we have four, well, five matches announced. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, and then the Brock Lesnar Open Challenge match. I think that's going to be over.
That'd be good.
Yes.
Before we end the show, thing to mention that AJ Styles is now the going to be in the 2026 Hall of Fame. You know, we were
Yes.
talking about this a few weeks ago,
Yes.
but we
Yeah,
all
we did because I posed to you if AJ was a headliner. And now we know he's not. Because Stephanie's the headliner.
no, they said it was a double headliner.
Uh,
Cole,
I'm
Adam
not
Cole
going to
said
buy
it.
that. My opinion is whoever the very first person announced to be inducted is the headliner. I think when they do this, Stephanie will end up closing the show. AJ will be the first one inducted in the night.
You think?
Yeah, AJ will be the opening induction.
So you go big, then you go in the middle, and you go big again.
Yes, that's what I think.
I would say that Taker is probably going to induct him.
Uh, that'd be a really hard call because
Just because of the last match.
that could be. I can also see uh, like Frankie Kazarian, um, Luke Gallows, or Carl Anderson. Shinsuke could.
You know, I don't think we'd be able to understand what he's saying.
Kurt
And
Angle.
I love Shinsuke. I love what he. You know, I've got really. He's becoming one of my favorites to watch.
It could be Kurt Angle
Mm,
because they had a big rivalry in TNA.
I'm gonna lean towards Taker just because of the last match.
Be curious to see who it's going to end up being. But yeah, and you could tell that AJ was not expecting that induction.
Yeah.
Because soon as Taker said my esteemed honor, oh shit, it's
Well,
happening now.
yeah, we had people coming, you know, uh, on social media saying, you know, stuff when Taker comes to the match and saying, you know, if you see me coming, you're already
You're already gone.
you're already gone. I was like, and they were talking, there were people were thinking, oh, it's gonna be another match, another match. I was like, no, I wasn't expecting that. You know,
Well, as soon as Undertaker said we have some unfinished business, that was when I knew he was going to announce him for the Hall of Fame.
right when he showed up, when Taker showed up on the bike coming down, I was like, he's fixing to induct him in the Hall of Fame,
Hmm.
or he's announced the induction. Uh, I knew what was going on.
But I'm glad he's going in. He has more than earned it just from his WWE tenure alone.
I agree.
Just from that.
So
Um,
you gonna get to watch Raw tomorrow night? I
yeah, I
mean,
shouldn't have any problems with that one. If I have to, I can just, you know.
we
Yes,
got I
but
got you.
for NXT though, that's where I might have some issues. So I'm going to have to check and
What
see.
night does NXT come on?
Huh?
What night does NXT come on? What channel?
Tuesday
Tuesday.
comes on Tuesday, 8 Eastern. on the CW.
Okay, I don't have that.
It's on CW in America. It's on Netflix International.
Okay, well, maybe I'll be able to watch it on one of my other services.
Okay. Yeah.
If I can remember, because I got class Tuesday night.
Not that we're endorsing anything.
Yeah. Mm.
All right. Well, I guess we covered everything.
Yep,
Good.
right, 2 hours.
Now I can get my happy ass to bed.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Well, for those who joined us, thank you so much for playing along with us. We will. Well, let's see. We next on Saturday we have Vengeance Day, NXT Vengeance Day.
On Saturday,
Yeah,
on the shit, today's first. On the 7th,
on the 7th.
on what service? Peacock?
No, they.
I'll look it up. I'm off Saturday, so as of right now, I'm off Saturday.
Actually, yeah, I think yeah they are still on Peacock, but Peacock's about to end.
I'm on. I'm off Saturday, so but I work the next 2 days. I work the 8th and the 9th. I work a 48.
Okay, so to try to do a show right after the show would be too late for you.
Mm, I might be able to make that happen. Let me see if I can actually watch the show and then go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so we'll figure out what our next show will be.
We'll pencil in Saturday after the pay per view.
Okay, sounds good.
Uh,
All right. Well,
again, so appreciate Sticks coming in, chatting with us for a little bit.
oh yeah, that always very helpful when people chatted up with us.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, everybody out there, be safe. Have a good week, and hopefully we will see you on Saturday.
Don't forget to watch the shows this week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and we will see you later.